Welcome, G. Let us discuss how we are going to write implement factory patterns using the lambda expressions. So here I am going to first let's we discuss about what do you mean by factory patterns. Okay, factory patterns. So factory patterns help us to create object without exposing the creational logics to the client. That means there is just is a factory. This is the factory, and whenever client want to get create the let's get number of objects or class is created, but the creation logic should be then one factory. This factory is responsible to returning the object. This client, I know, okay, I want to object of a class, and this factory return the object of a class. Same factory if I want to return the object of B class, this factory return the object of B class. So the main purpose of factory pattern is make a common place where all the object creational logics for a particular types of classes can be created. So let us help us how we are writing in generally normal way, and after that we are also look how we can write the same factory patterns using your lambda expression. How help us? So first, and one thing to be noted that whenever we are going to implement factory patterns, that is generally recommendation that key all the objects which the factory are going to produce that are implemented with the common interface. Okay, and let's see this is the one common interface. Okay, common interface and they have let's see multiple implementation of this class. Let's see A implemented, class B implemented, and class C implemented, and the factories. There is a factory. This factory, what factory? Factory return the common your interface object, and okay, this returns your common interface object. Depend upon the which implementation client want, those objects is returned by this factory. So let us discuss first write one common interface. So I'm going to write interface that's SIP, so easily we are able to understand. And SIP have a one method like just draw. Okay, as this SIP interface have multiple implementations. So let's we created one implementation class circle implements your SIP, and we have to implement the method. Just here about key inside circle draw. Similarly, this is the one implementation. Might be to have a let's get another implementation like square square. So this interface have multiple implementation. So how generally whenever we are need to create object generally in the client class generally we create the new circle class and new square class as per our needs. So this factory patterns just say we have to make one common place where all the object creational logic should be. In fact, all the clients should just get the factory and ask which kind of object they want. Okay, so let's first discuss key. We have to write one factory. So say factory class say factory. and say factory provide one public static that return here say common interface get object and we have to return here object. So generally whenever we are a factory or want to get object, so we have to say I want to create the objects of ABC class, yeah something class. So we have to pass your class class type. Which class types? Yeah, you can say C type class type. So as per the if you have generally we say if your C type dot circle, let's say circle dot class equal to C type, then you have to return your new circle. Similarly, if else if we have a square type class C type, then you have to return square. Square. So these are the factory help us where the class name is whole square and return. So this is the way to generally create your factory. If nothing match, return null. We are not able to return object. So here is the normal way. How can we use it? Let's see. You have to just say factory, factory dot get object. I want to circle class circle dot class and that returns save. That's the object of save. And just as you have to just print object dot draw function. And if you run it, so here the client is only informed I want to circle class object and the circle class is crystal parties are the place here inside your business logic. Now we have a tray. Similarly, let's say you want to uh, say factory dot get object of a square class and you are getting the square class object of dot draw. So this way generally we are using the factory to help us to create the object. All the object creational logic should be inside your method, not in all your application business logics. So what are here the problems? Here is problem that let's after some times and one new class implement, let's a triangle class implement your shape interface. Okay, here if your triangle class shape and implement. This implementation happen, and now if you want to here git, if you say a factory get object of a triangle class, and if you so out this object draw, and you will because this your factory doesn't know about this triangle class, and now this will be throw exception. If we factor say we are not able to create triangle object because you are not able to match circle or triangle. So the problem here is a null point exception. Okay, because the object two are null. The main reason why null because we have to implement it this interface, but we have to not modify this save factory. So this is the violations of your open close principle. If you know the solid principle, in solid principle there is one principle, open close principle. This your interface are able to extension means key, but this is the open for extension but close for modification. But here we are violating our open close principle. Whenever you are going to add new shape like a triangle, we have to also update our factor method. So, what are the way to help us to write a, safe factory that doesn't need to modify? Just you can implement the your interface and get the factory without update need modification of safe factory, and you are able to get object. So for this, we will need two things. These are the problem with the existing safe factory pattern. So how you write the dynamic and using the lambda expression factory pattern. So let's key I'm write class safe factory lambda safe factory. See, lambda safe factory using lambda using. So here what we are going to do, instead of writing if else, we have this factory, we have just provide one kind of registry where we have to register our new classes. And if we know ki already we have a through initially, so we have a stored in kind of any map. Let's skip. So we have a create one map that would be the your class, and second was the save, all the save, and this uh, map would be the, let's give you concurrent hash map. You can take any, the without map also you can do concurrent hash map, make a static so that and static block you can just initialize what we have initially know ki these are the implementation of this. Just put your, and first you have a your circle class, and that here not getting the actual shape, instead of we can take as a supplier of t, so that make on runtime, and here you can just uh, circle not new, and similarly you can put both like a square, which you initially know okay, these are our classes. So this way you can create your object like either if else we are putting true if else, if else in the place we have just create a map and put all the your conditional. Whenever you are accessing this, this object is created. Here we clear keyword what here I'm explaining you here the syntax of where is the method reference to implement this supplier interface. This is supplier interface. They have only one method that doesn't take any input but return your object. So here look like I'm explaining it how let's see I'm if you are supplier uh, new I'm explaining you how the meaning of this. If how write this code to this, we have to. So first I'm completed, then I will explain you again. So this is the your factory pattern, and now here we have to just get one static public shape return and get object object, and here you pass your last class type which types you object want, and just return dot get your say type dot get. So this is your factory. Now this factory, whenever a new implementation happen, we have to update this, or we can dynamically here expose one method like a static public void. Let's key register your new object. Register new object. And now here you just pass your class type, which types are registered, new types, and your supplier of your safe interface. Here you have to just register your put your type and comma your supplier object. So this is help us to add a register runtime. Client can register our new implementation and ask your implementation object. So let's. I'm going to comment out here. Okay, and now I am going to ask your safe factory. Safe factory dot three that should be private. Private so it doesn't get anyone. Okay, you have a get object. You want to circle. You want to circle dot get class, and that you give you the safe object. And now object dot here. And if you run same way you are able to get your object. It's done. And if you want to similarly uh, get object of save object dot get object is a square dot class, and directly you can invoke draw function. You have already get the object, and after that you can invoke draw function. This is in two line to the one line here, and you will also get. But what happened in the case of let's say our new class is created triangle? This factor doesn't know about triangle. So first we have to register our triangle, and after that demand to get object. So if you let's say like a triangle, this will throw exception as per uh, triangle. and if you that will to exception because this factory doesn't know about the triangle, but this factory have given you options. You can first register your unknown class, and then after you can get. So how you do? So before you can getting the object, you can just see lambda expression dot register new object what triangle dot class with the implementation of shape interface. And after that, if you get so client just registers our new class. Let's say we have implemented triangle class. So we have first registered triangle class with this interface. Now we are not able to. Any number of shape interface are class implemented. Just registers one time, and after that you can demand I need the object of triangle class, and you will get the triangle class object. So it was here. I want to explain one thing. This registers method take a two argument. One is the supplier interface, another is the class type. So here I have passed a triangle column new. So what the meaning here? Here I have a provided the implementation of supplier interface. So you can also write in this way. Let's see here you can say a supplier of a shape, and you can write like a new supplier shape, and your also, and here we have a new supplier interface. Yeah, I will have to overwrite t shape methods. So here you have to returns new triangle. So in this way, you have to create an anonymous function, and you are here take a like uh, try object. So this is the way you can implement this triangle interface. You can just pass to register instead of this. You can pass this. Sorry, try object. And this is the way you can implement supplier interface because this interface need the supplier interface implementation object. So this is the interface. So in this interface, I have implemented using an anonymous function, and in this interface, I have only one method. Your get method, we have override this get method and give it the definition. And now this complete code, we can get a sign-in variable and pass to the variable. In this way, we are able to pass the supplier implementation object to this register new object method. But this is the long code, and Java provide an option to rewrite in the like anonymous function as using lambda expression. So similarly, you can write this code using the lambda expression like this. Say try lambda. So instead of writing a complete class, you have to lambda expression say this is the your business logic only. This is your lambda expression. Rest all the things are boilerplate code. Just leave out. So we have to simply this copy and here paste. These are in there, and also say ki this way. Yeah, it is only one return statement. You have to in this way. And now return this way, return. So this way you can also pass your you can register using the lambda expression. This is your normal way where you can create a class or implement an anonymous function. In this way, you can register or you can register using your lambda expression. In this way, also it's implement the same logic here. Try using the lambda, and also lambda help us to write the more concise code like that. It's working. Yes, it's working. And you can also reduce your code like that. Instead of writing this, you can write this complete code using the, and let's give one. And here, if you only want return statement, you can just remove this line, say curly brace, and if there is only one return statement, then there is no any return to the div, just this. So this is the way. This is the lambda expression. You can directly pass uh, this variable here, or you can directly pass this lambda one expression here. Here, if you run the same, this is concise code, and if it's the same, you can also re-change. Okay, and this code also you can change like to, and here instead of lambda expression, you can also write your method expression. So here, instead of this, I can write only a method expression only. And it's also help us the same things here. If you run it, you are getting. So instead of assigning this into the particular variables and then pass, you can directly pass as well as it's also okay. So instead of passing this, you can directly pass this code, the same which I am using. So here I am using lambda expression using the method reference. So in this way, I am able to pass here using this way. So it's working. So in short summary is that you can pass in this supplier interface object using your normal using anonymous function. Yeah, I see. Anonymous anonymous class a function as function, or you can pass using the lambda using lambda, or you can pass using the method reference using method reference method reference. So using method reference. So multiple approaches you can implement. Generally, as concise code you can pass the same things here I'm passing. So uh, so for the last conclusion, when we are going to create a factory, just use the creating a factory using your lambda expression, that is the supplier interface, and just all the existing object which you know that is already implemented by this SIP interface, you can put in your hash map. Here I will providing your supplier interface implementation, and one method for a public static method we have written, so anyone can get object and pass the class types, and this class type return the object of that class. And let's keep this supplier shape interface is a new class is implemented that we have provided another expose methods, that is the register new object. Just you register a new object that we are just put in our map, and whenever you can again invoking the get object method, and I later register those new object, and I can get those object as well as. So this class is never need to modify. Client can implement new shape interface and register our shape with the factory, and now factory is capable for the returning to the new object to them. So this is the, you can show dynamic factory patterns help us to write factory, and this also follow the your open close principle. They are not violating the open close principle because they are capable to registering any number of your new objects that are implemented by your shape interface, and you never need to go to the change your shape factory method. So fact only implement the new interface, and just let's key I have implemented any different class. Let's key I have implemented a new class like oval, and that's just new implementation happen. New implementation happen. You have to only don't need to change your factory. Just we I'm going to say save factory. Save factory, register new object, that is the oval, and this is the your implementation of oval using the method reference, and just complete. After that, I'm say save factory, just get object oval dot class, and now I'm getting the your object, and after that I'm say this object dot invoke any method which this returns. So here, and now if you run it, you are able to the client only implement the interface, and after that register our new implementation class to this factory, and now this factory is capable to returning the object of this server. So hope it's a very clear and concise factory method, and that that is never you need to modify these factory patterns, and all kind of object you have to create it and register the dynamically as well as. Okay, hope it's useful. Thank you for watching this video.